afternoon everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today's video is kind of going to be a catch-up video just on what's going on in the farm over the last week or so. I haven't had any videos up, so yeah, we'll just be kind of talking about what's been happening. At the minute I'm down doing some topping. We'll be having a look at the grass that we're topping here, why we're topping it, and just going through that. So that's the first thing we'll look at that in a moment. Also, we've had a new calf born on the farm. We'll have a look at that. It's been born now for a couple of days. We haven't let the calf outside yet because the weather just has been a little bit wet and miserable. So we'll have a look at the calf when we get back to the yard. Also doing some washing in the shed still. We're in the second of the finishing sheds, trying to get them washed out because we're getting a job done on the slats later in the week, and we'll have a look at that too when I get back to the yard, and just how we're getting on with that, and maybe talk about what we're getting done. What else? That's really it on that. I suppose we'll also have a chat about that a couple of weeks back I was reported by one of my YouTube followers to Louth County Council for spreading slurry. So yeah, we'll have a chat about that too. Anyway, gonna just stop the tractor here. We'll get down and have a quick look at what we're doing here in the field, why we're topping it, and yeah, we'll get back to the other more juicy topics a little bit later on. Okay, so we are down in some of the fields that the larger batch of cows has been grazing in all year. This has been grazing out 3 times this year, this field, and we've got an issue. You can see it there. It is there's quite a bit of dead grass just that's on this field that the cows aren't going to eat. The issue here, or the problem that has caused that, dates back to roughly this time last year, where weather turned bad, still quite a bit of grass on the field. Couldn't let the cows eat it. The way this field is, we've one field here that we're in, up in the top corner is a gateway into another field that's of similar size, and cows were just mucking the whole field up. Once the weather turned wet, you know, there was almost 60 cattle down here, including cows, calves and a bull. So if it turns bad, it's too many cattle having the one area, one field. And like this is, we're talking about the end of September, October time last year when this happened. So yeah, grass laying and all went up. Springtime came, new growth came, but the grass was still heavy of itself. Cows come in here, they ate this down first, but pretty much the way it is now is how they ate it the first time round. There's always been this dead grass lying on it, so we've decided to run the mower on it and just try and get the most of it cut off it. The cows will eat some of it. You can see it there. It once it's mowed now, it'll actually so battery went dead there. Yeah, so like once it's mowed out, as I was just about to say, it will start now to dry out. There is still a bit of green in some of it, so I'd imagine that, look it, they're not going to eat it all. They'll eat some of it. Whatever they don't eat, it can sit here over the winter. It'll turn to an organic matter, and it'll get absorbed into the ground, so I'm not that worried about it. So yeah, that's it. We'll get the tractor back up and running, and we get this done, and we can then move on to some of the other topics that we have to look at and try. Okay, so we're back in the yard now. We got that job all done and dusted, and just as I'm here, it's just starting to rain once again. You can see the grounds are starting to get wet. September is starting to look like the last 3 months. There's just no end to this rain, so not much we can do about it. Anyway, we're in this shed. This is a shed that's been washed at the minute. This side is all done. Now, we haven't done the sheeting around the sides here yet, but the worst end of it, which is the concrete, is all washed on that side. This half is done right up to here. So there's a little over half of this pen still to be done. So hopefully we'll get that done tomorrow, and then the passageway, try and get that done the next day, because we need to have it done by either Thursday or Friday. We have a company coming in to do a job on the slats. Yeah, so these are just standard slats. There was rubber on these originally. Took the rubber off. The rubber started falling apart. Didn't see enough of a benefit to go and start spending thousands on more rubber. So we're going to do a different job on it. Cattle are slipping a little bit, especially when the weight starts to go onto them, and they start getting heavier. It's harder for them to get up, harder for them to get their footing on the slippy slat. So we're going to get diamond cut. So we'll see what way it's done. I'm not sure whether whether they go crisscross on it or what way. We'll see when it's done. But it's just to give the cattle some extra grip and footing on the footing when getting up. As far as I know, the toe area here is done as well, so it's done right out to there, and it should be a good job. So that'll be done later in the week. Hopefully have a video up on that over the weekend, and yeah, it could be something worth looking into. So we'll see then. You'll get a look at that once I have it done. So job for tomorrow is to finish off this shed and get the feeding passage done and move on to the next job. Right, we're going to go across and we'll have a look at the newborn calf that was born over the weekend. So let's do that. Okay, so we're now over in the calving shed, which is kind of a parking spot for both machinery, fertiliser, jumbo bags of meal, anything and everything at the minute. But we'll see if we can just get round here nice and slowly and just get a look at this calf. It is quite a wiry little calf. It's a little heifer calf, born at the end of last Thursday. And yeah, small roan calf. You can see this is its mother here now. It's coming to check us out and see what we're doing. She's not that big herself, but yeah, these are just late calvers. The black cow here on the left, she is also in calf. She's only got a couple of weeks to go. And the other roan cow this side, we just got the vet to check her actually early last week, and she's not in calf, so she'll be going to get fattened. So she'll probably end up in with a batch of heifers over the winter, and she'll be one of the cull cows. There's a couple of cull cows, but yeah, lovely little calf. Hopefully in the next few days a little bit of dry weather will come and we'll get it outside, and it'll be a bit healthier outside than stuck in here. The black cow, we are going to keep her in for the next couple of weeks, just until she calves, because she's quite nervous, and if she's outside and anything goes wrong or she's having any difficulty calving, we will not have a hope of getting her in. So she stays. Anyway, that's it for now. Okay, so we'll head off, and I have to put a couple of bales out for some of the cows outside. There's a bale of hay to go out, just some dry feed for a batch of cows, and then we also have a batch of bulls that are getting some dry feed as well, so we'll just have to do that now. So I'll take you along on that trip as well. Okay, so just down here now, we've put in the bale with the bulls. Yeah, it's just some dry feed. It's kind of like dry silage almost. It's almost haylage. There's a lovely smell of it, so they do go mad for it. They're also on some meal, these guys, as well. They're on a few kilos a day per head, and it's just kind of substitute with the poor grass that we've had over the last 6 weeks really. They were starting to fail a little bit on the grass, which is unusual even for, like, even in August. Usually the grass will have sufficient fibre, dry matter, sugar in it, but with no sunshine it was just running straight through them, and we felt the need to start to feed them some dry feed similar to the cows, and they have really improved since they went on to it. So yeah, these will hopefully stay out for another few weeks, and we'll hopefully then get them in and get them onto a ration, slowly onto a ration initially, before pushing them up on it. So this batch of bulls will be for finishing this winter. So yeah, that's kind of them. Yeah, so it's just a mix. Some of them are own calves from last year. Some of them then are just animals that have been bought in, kind of a mix of the two. Yeah, some really nice cattle on it. Okay, so as forementioned in the earlier part of this video, one of my subscribers has took the liberty to how should we say, report me to the Dundalk County Council, and yeah, had a call out from the Dundalk County Council investigating the possibility of me spreading slurry inside 48 hours of a weather warning a couple of weeks ago for one of our storms. Now, as it turned out, I didn't spread inside the 48 hours, so I didn't do anything wrong. So that wasn't, it's not that I didn't get any trouble over it, but it's just the fact that somebody who's watching me decided that they'd taken it upon themselves to try and get me into some hot water. Now, fair enough, if there was a weather warning I wouldn't have been spreading slurry. It was outside that time zone or time frame. In any case, all we got here was I think it was about 12 mil of rain over the coming 4 or 5 days, including that storm. So we didn't get it. It was more down the South Midlands and over the west that got it. So there wasn't even enough slurry, or there wasn't even enough rain to wash the bit of slurry in that I had put out in the days before the weather warning. So it's kind of disappointing that one of my followers would take on to report me. It's one of the reasons why I haven't had many videos up over the last month. I think I've only had like maybe 5 videos up in the last 4 or 5 weeks. So it's probably about 3 weeks ago now since this happened. So yeah, it kind of makes you wonder if this is worth it or not. Is there something else that somebody's going to spot? Or it's disappointing. It's very disappointing, and it's kind of, as I say, it's kind of put me off making YouTube videos over the last number of weeks. But yeah, so we'll see what happens. For now I'll keep making them. I don't know how often I'm going to keep making them, but I will keep putting up some videos until I feel more comfortable with it again, and so we'll just see in the future. So I know one prick for use of a bread award doesn't mean that everybody is in the same boat. I have some fantastic followers, people who comment on every video, people who've been following me right from the start, and I appreciate every one of you. You're the reason why I do this. It's not for the money. I don't make that much money out of this. If I spent the same time doing this, editing videos and making the videos as I could at my own like plumbing job, I'd make 10 times more money. So I do like documenting it. I like making the videos. I like providing content for people to watch, and it's just how it is. So Okay, so I just had to stop there for a couple of minutes. I had to put the bale into the feeder. Running out of daylight fast, so you just won't be able to see me just as clearly. But yeah, that's kind of what happened. I did find out who the person was who sent in the email, so I have their name. Yeah, the only consolation is it is nobody that's close to me here or lives around us or anything like that. And yeah, it's going to make me think and a little bit more about what I video, what you're shown, which is a pity, because I am fairly transparent with everything that we do and what we're up to. And if someone asks me a question, I do try to tell you what it is we're at or what we're doing and how we do something. I try to help anyone out if I can. So it is a pity that it has ended up like this. But yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. A little bit of just a mix of some of the different things that's been going on today. Hope to have something else up a bit later in the week. And then obviously next weekend then we will be we'll be looking at the job that was done on the slat. So until then, I hope you all have a good week, and yeah, we'll see you on the next one.